examples are always hard.
I remember what my first video game was. I remember what my first M-rated video game was. I actually still have both of them right here. I don't remember beating one of them, however. Maybe it's because it ran at 15 frames a second, maybe it's because the game asks you to do a lot of platforming with a controller that was made for an alien with a hand for a cock, or maybe it's because I've lied to you this whole time, and I'm actually really bad at video games.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Turok is a simple game with a simple premise. Without any starting cutscene or manual, the player is thrown into a jungle with nothing but a bow and a knife. The first item you will find is a gun, and the first living creature you will see is a monkey. I hope you like platforming in your first-person shooter, because you are going to do a lot, and you're going to like it. This is the start of a deep and intricate lore-rich story that I'll get into later.
I am Turok.
Thankfully, Night Dive Studios remastered this game, and you can now easily play it for the low price of $20. If you expect this game to look anything more than an upscaled version of a Nintendo 64 game, then you will be disappointed. However, what doesn't age is that classic soundtrack that I've encoded into my soft brain matter because of how much I would replay the first level of this game and literally nothing else.
I'm shaking it. Oh.
Thankfully, now the game runs like a modern game, with some customizable options and full mouse support, instead of that auto-center view that the older game had. Many people think that their parents are just bad at video games. However, they grew up in harsher times. When I was your age, we didn't have no fancy mouse aim. When we used a controller, you were lucky if it was more than a brick. And you were forced to play with inverted controls on a D-pad.
Oh god, Dad, I sure am grateful I didn't grow up like you.
Yes, now go make a TikTok eating shit or whatever the fuck you kids are into these days. To prove this, I have given my own father a chance to play Turok with modern controls. As you can see, he is like an infant monkey, completely unable to function, and ripe for a jaguar's taking. Now with the old controls on, he is a master and can reasonably beat the game within a competitive speedrunner time of 2 hours. In order to finish the game, you will kill everything in sight before it respawns and find keys to the next level.
A fucking key!
As simple as that sounds, this is from a time when the levels actually were mazes, and this review took way too long to make because I kept getting lost like a kid at the mall. Despite this game being titled Dinosaur Hunter, I don't remember members of the Blue Oyster Bar with guns running around next to Kiss Band members and dinosaurs. I'm no expert, but I don't even think that's a dinosaur. In fact, the only thing I know is factual in this game is a chosen Native American being tasked with hunting dinosaurs. Not for food, but to assert dominance, as man is compelled to do every time we find something new in nature. As I said before, the lore of this game goes quite deep. Turok, the Man of Rock, was your standard Native American before being attacked by a bear, and unknowingly thinking that bears couldn't swim, jumps into a cave full of water to avoid it. When he emerges, he finds himself in a strange new land with dinosaurs. When the Big Bang that created the universe occurred, a species of aliens grew and became effectively gods as they discovered interdimensional travel. They built a ship that could become a hub for these portals, and then they had one too many beers that night before crashing into a family of 5. Attempting to avoid the oncoming lawsuit and jail time, the alien driving the ship instead cocooned himself inside of his ship to wait for the second game. Over time, the ship gathered parts from space and became a whole planet. This same planet is the one that Turok now finds himself on. However, a group of Spaniards who also found the portal inhabited the world and fought each other over dominance and leadership until a single individual discovered a weapon that made him effectively the leader. His name is Bolas Peludas, but that name translates to hairy balls, so we'll call him the Campaigner. Turok, upon learning this, takes it upon himself to enact revenge on his fallen brethren from Spanish conquistadors and kill them all. He finds the weapon that shoots laser nukes and kills the Campaigner. Upon his death, the base explodes and the game ends with no further explanation or fanfare. If you think this story is crazy and I made it up, Google it. This is surprisingly the simplified version of the main story. What happened to the ship and the alien inside it? Guess you'll have to watch my next video to find out. Turok is a fun little game that is absolutely bonkers. As a child, it was a wild animal I had not learned how to tame. Now as an adult, I can't wait to give it to my son one day and tell him it's the untold origin story of Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for watching. Consider liking the video and sharing it with your grandma.
I like dinosaurs.
They're moving in herds. They do move in herds.